Ah, it's cold outside. Snow is falling. New Year's is just around the corner. And here we are, sitting in a warm house, under a blanket, with a cup of tea in our hands.
Exactly. While everything outside feels calm and festive, tonight we're going in the complete opposite direction. Into darkness, into panic, into that uncomfortable feeling that someone is watching you.
The perfect time to talk about something that is not warm at all.
If you've ever played a horror game and thought, why does this feel so wrong? There's a good chance Puppet Combo was behind it. And that's exactly why we decided to cover the entire Puppet Combo universe in this warm New Year's atmosphere.
Welcome, everyone, to our New Year's special. Tonight, Mike and I are talking about one of the most unique horror franchises ever made, Puppet Combo. These games don't try to be realistic. They try to feel wrong. Like a lost PS1 disc, like a VHS tape you were never meant to see. We'll talk about games that force you to hide to listen to footsteps, and games where you suddenly realize that you are the one people should be running from.
From pure panic horror to classic slashers to short disturbing horror stories.
And let's step together into the dark, grainy, and unforgettable world of Puppet Combo.
Sit back, grab something warm to drink, turn off the lights if you dare, and we're starting right away, no mercy, with one of the most stressful horror games ever made.
Nun Massacre. Nun Massacre throws you into pure panic. You explore a dark, abandoned boarding school while searching for a missing child. The hallways twist like a maze, doors creak loudly, and shadows hide unseen dangers. A terrifying nun stalks the building unpredictably, appearing without warning. There are no weapons, no safe places, only hiding and careful movement. Every sound matters. Footsteps, creaking doors, even a dropped object could reveal your position. With retro VHS visuals, PS1-style graphics, and meticulous sound design, Nun Massacre tests your nerves like few games can, making fear feel personal and immediate.
Skin Freak, disturbing body horror experience. Introduction. Setting Skin Freak is one of Puppet Combo's darkest games, not just because you're relentlessly hunted, but because the horror comes from your perception of your own body and identity. This isn't just a chase, it's a psychological invasion. The city feels alive, reflecting your fear, and the antagonist is grotesque yet disturbingly human, making every encounter deeply unsettling. Gameplay/mechanics. You're constantly being stalked, and the killer creates the feeling that you are always one step behind death. Dark environments, eerie audio, and gritty visuals in classic PS1 VHS style amplify tension. Every step could be your last. Fear comes from psychological unease, not just jump scares. Symbolism. The name Skin Freak symbolizes skin equals identity, transformation equals loss of control. Horror isn't just about running, it's about losing yourself. Hidden environmental details and visual anomalies contain subtle messages or foreshadowing for observant players. Visual distortions hide secret messages or lore hints, aesthetic nods to experimental 80s horror films. Some players report the environment seems to watch your movements. Seasonal bonus. Subtle winter lighting effects or hidden festive objects can be found if you look carefully.
Christmas Massacre. Christmas Massacre turns the most festive night of the year into a chilling nightmare. Snow-covered streets, cheerful holiday lights, and familiar decorations contrast sharply with the dark descent of a disturbed mind. You explore different locations, uncover memories, and slowly realize the true horror hiding beneath the surface. With retro aesthetics and carefully crafted audio, the game reminds us that even the happiest time of year can conceal something deeply, profoundly wrong.
I was thinking, both people have been naughty this year. I need you to go out and kill. You must kill, 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 kill. Keep on killing, Larry. Punish everybody who has been naughty.
Night Shift, gas station horror classic. Premise: setting Night Shift takes place in an abandoned gas station, where the player assumes the role of a night shift worker dealing with mysterious and dangerous events as the night unfolds. The atmosphere is extremely tense, with dark corners, subtle ambient sounds, and visual tricks that constantly increase the feeling of unease. Gameplay child's mechanics focuses on survival and exploration within a limited, confined space. Players must follow the correct sequence of events and use the inventory wisely, as mistakes can be fatal. The AI antagonist is dynamic, constantly tracking your actions and adjusting behavior in real time, keeping you on edge. Easter eggs, secrets. Hidden items and notes reveal the dark backstory of the gas station. Certain locations contain symbolic references to other puppet combo games, including Murder House and the CFV Cult. Observant players have noticed hidden seasonal or holiday details, such as small lights or subtle festive references scattered in the environment.
Bloodwash. Bloodwash delivers slow-burning horror in a quiet, late-night laundromat. Playing as a pregnant woman, what starts as a mundane task soon becomes unnerving. The isolated environment, strange noises, and unsettling details build paranoia, leaving you unsure of what is real. The game relies on mood, exploration, and subtle tension rather than action, proving that horror does not need constant danger. Sometimes fear comes simply from waiting, watching, and realizing that safety is an illusion.
Murder House, cult classic, slasher with hidden details. Story Murder House begins with a news crew investigating a supposedly abandoned serial killer's home. But as the night progresses, it becomes clear that the house harbors far darker secrets than expected. Easter eggs, hidden lore. Death eggs are collectible items tied to the Easter Ripper's story. Notes and recordings hint at psychological aspects of the killer. Certain objects reveal secret lore when interacted with in the right order. Trivia first puppet combo game released on Steam, censored in Japan for graphic content, yet the original cover remained unchanged. Seasonal bonus: some hidden areas may have tiny winter decorations or references in special updates.
Cannibal Abduction. Cannibal Abduction plunges you into a raw survival scenario. You awaken trapped in a remote house, hunted by a terrifying presence. Vulnerable and alone, you must explore, solve puzzles, and find a way to escape. There are no weapons, no power to fight back. Every movement matters. One wrong step, one careless noise can end your chances. With gritty PS1 style visuals and an oppressive atmosphere, the game emphasizes desperation, fear, and the harsh reality of being hunted.
Stay Out of the House, stealth survival horror. Story: you play as a kidnapped person trapped in a house with a cannibalistic killer. The tension comes from strategy and planning, not just running. Gameplay/mechanic stealth is essential. Noise meter indicates how detectable you are. If spotted, you must hide and plan a new escape. Multiple endings depend on your approach to survival. Easter eggs/lore hidden endings reveal Butcher's experimental past. Background sounds contain subtle hints about prior victims. Seasonal note: minor holiday props or ambient effects sometimes appear in the game during winter updates. Trivia praised for intelligent AI tracks player movement, ported to multiple consoles, enhancing replayability.
Night at the Gates of Hell. Night at the Gates of Hell blends classic zombie action with horror. You play as a lone survivor trapped in a city overrun by the undead, where danger lurks around every corner. Unlike other puppet combo games, combat is possible, but resources are scarce and every encounter is tense. Dark streets, abandoned buildings, and eerie ambient sounds keep you constantly on edge. Retro graphics and a VHS-inspired aesthetic combine with fast-paced survival action, creating an intense experience where staying alive is the only goal.
Home Safety Hotline Realistic Horror. Premise: Home safety. Hotline creates tension from realistic scenarios, not monsters. Fear arises from consequences, responsibility, and helplessness. Key points: environmental storytelling drives narrative. Off-screen events leverage player imagination for maximum horror. Seasonal touch: minor hidden references to holidays in UI or environment may appear.
Deadly Night. Deadly Night focuses on isolation, suspense, and creeping dread. Alone at home, you play as a young girl experiencing an ordinary evening that slowly turns sinister. Silence, strange noises, and unexpected events make every moment feel threatening. There are no weapons. You can only explore, hide, and survive until morning. With retro PS1-style visuals and VHS-style presentation, Deadly Night captures the subtle horror of being alone when something feels wrong, proving that anticipation can be scarier than constant danger.
Rewind or Die: Corrupted Nostalgia. Premise: set in an old video store, Rewind or Die turns nostalgia into horror. Familiarity becomes unsettling. Easter eggs. Cassette labels and shelf titles hide narrative clues about past events. Seasonal note: some tapes have subtle holiday-themed artwork or messages in certain updates.
Scary Tales. Volume 1. Finally, Scary Tales. Volume 1 presents a collection of short horror stories, each with its own unsettling mood and narrative twist. Ordinary places quickly become disturbing, and minimal gameplay lets your imagination fill in the gaps. Retro visuals, eerie sound design, and VHS-style aesthetics make each tale feel like a cursed story found on an old tape. Short, simple, yet deeply unsettling Scary Tales. Volume 1 leaves a lasting impression long after the last story ends.
Search Party. Premise: minimal enemies. Focus is on disappearance and mystery. Horror comes from absence and uncertainty, not confrontation. Easter eggs. Keys symbolize progress in multiple games: Murder House, Stay Out, Glass Staircase. Hidden cults, like CFV, connect titles through notes and symbols. Background audio contains subtle messages and foreshadowing. Holiday/New Year effects, flickering lights, snow overlays, winter textures, or subtle festive objects hidden in the environment. Puppet combo games don't scare you just with monsters. They get under your skin with psychological tension, atmosphere, and hidden details. Each title immerses you in a world where fear feels personal and unforgettable. If you enjoyed this deep dive, hit like, leave a comment, and subscribe, because there's so much more coming in the new year. Happy New Year.
And, well, my beautiful pumpkins and corns, till the next time. Happy New Year. Mike, stay low, do you see that?
What are you talking about, man? Wait, hell no.